My name is Kofi, and this is the story of my descent into greed, darkness, and regret. I came from a small village in Ghana called Asom, a place where dreams are small and hopes are often dashed by the harsh reality of life. My wife, Esi, and I were no different. We struggled daily to make ends meet, often going to bed hungry and waking up with the same nagging emptiness in our stomachs. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast long shadows over our modest home, a stranger knocked on our door. He was tall, with a presence that seemed to fill the entire room. His eyes were dark and penetrating, and his voice carried a weight that made my heart pound in my chest. "I can help you," he said, his voice as smooth as silk. "I can give you wealth beyond your wildest dream, but it comes at a price." Desperation makes people do foolish things, and we were no exception. We listened to his proposition, and though we were both scared, the lure of escaping our poverty was too strong. The stranger, who called himself Ni, laid out the terms of the pact. In exchange for unimaginable wealth, I would be inflicted with a wound on my leg that would never heal. As long as the wound oozes, our riches would grow. But my wife would have to lick the wound every night to maintain our fortune. Additionally, we would never be able to have children. AC and I glanced at each other, our eyes filled with a mix of hope and dread. We had always dreamed of a family, but the thought of endless poverty was unbearable. We agreed to the pact, sealing our fate with a simple handshake. The moment our hands touched, I felt a stirring pain in my leg. I screamed, collapsing on the floor as the skin on my calf split open, revealing a festering wound. True to his word, Ne disappeared into the night, leaving us with a promise of wealth and a curse that would haunt us forever. The first night was the hardest. Essie wept as she bent down to lick the wound on my leg, her tears mingling with the blood and pus. I could see the disgust and sorrow in her eyes, but we were already committed. The next morning, we found a chest filled with gold coins and jewels in our living room. Our poverty was over. As the months passed, our wealth grew greatly. We moved to a grand house in Accra, surrounded by opulence and luxury. We had servants, expensive cars, and more money than we could ever spend. But with every night that Essie licked my wound, a piece of our happiness died. The wound never healed, festering and oozing day after day. The pain was constant, a grim reminder of the price we paid for our greed. Esther grew more sad with each passing day. The wealth that had once brought her joy now felt like prison. She longed for children, for a family to share our riches with, but the path forbids it. We were trapped in a cycle of wealth and misery, bound by the terms we had foolishly agreed to. One evening, as I lay in bed with the pain in my leg throbbing like a heartbeat, Essie turned to me, her eyes hollow and distant. "Kofi, I can't do this anymore," she whispered. "The money means nothing if we can't be happy. I want to be free of this curse." Her words struck a chord deep within me. I had been so blinded by our newfound wealth that I had ignored the toll it was taking on both of us. I nodded, tears streaming down my face as I realized the magnitude of our mistake. We sought out every spiritual healer and traditional priest in the region, desperate for a way to break the pact. Each one turned us away, their faces paled with fear when they heard of the deal we had made. It seemed our fate was sealed and there was no way to undo the curse. Then one day, a wise old woman named Nana Abena visited us. She had heard of our plight and offered to help. She was known for her deep knowledge of ancient rituals and her connection to the spiritual world. "I can help you," she said, her voice firm and steady. "But it will not be easy. You must both be willing to take a great sacrifice." We agreed without hesitation, willing to do whatever it took to free ourselves from the torment. Nana Abena led us through a series of intense rituals, each one more taxing than the last. We fasted, prayed, and endured painful ceremonies designed to cleanse our soul and break the bond with the devil. On the final night of the rituals, Nana Abena instructed Esi to lick the wound one last time. As she did, I felt a burning sensation in my leg, and the wound began to heal before our eyes. The pain that had plagued me for so long started to fade, replaced by a sense of peace and relief. The next morning, we awoke to find that our wealth had vanished. Our grand house was gone, replaced by a modest home similar to the one we had left behind in Assam. But the wound was healed and the curse was lifted. We were free. Ese and I looked at each other, a sense of profound relief washing over us. We had lost our riches, but we had regained something far more valuable: our happiness and chance to start a family. Years later, as I sit here writing this story, I am surrounded by the laughter of our children. Ese and I have built a new life together, one filled with love and joy. We may not have the wealth we once craved, but we have something far more precious. I share this story as a warning to others. Greed can blind you to the true value of life. We were willing to sacrifice everything for money, but in the end, it almost destroyed us. The pact with the devil brought us wealth, but it also brought pain, sorrow, and regret. If you ever find yourself tempted by promises of easy riches, remember our story. True happiness cannot be bought, and the price of greed is far too high. We learned this lesson the hard way, but we emerged stronger and wiser. And now, as the sun sets over our village, I hold Esi close, grateful for the love we share and the family we have built. Our journey was long and painful, but it led us to a place of peace and contentment. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, press the notification bell for more interesting and captivating creepy stories. See you in the next story. Bye for now.